Hi, and welcome to the Priceless Possibilities Free Lead System Forever Quick Start tutorial. The first thing that you want to do is you want to come and type in My Company Admin in your browser, and you'll be redirected to what you see right here, which is the website administrative area, where you'll need to log in with your username and password. If you do not remember your username and password, click on the link below that says Forgot, Lost Your Password, and put in here the email address that you used to sign up for your system and click Email my username and password to me. You will receive an email from Priceless Possibilities with your username and password. So let's go ahead and log in right now. Okay, what you're looking at are green buttons. If you're logging in for the first time, these buttons are going to be red in your system, and the reason is you haven't done them yet. This is exactly what it says. It's a quick start guide, and it's very important for you to go through it because it explains literally how it works. This is a key step we'll talk about in a second. This tells you how to use the tools in your arsenal right now. This tells you how to work your contact manager. This step is key also, which we'll get to in a second. But when you do go through each one of these steps, it's only going to take you a few minutes. Your red buttons will turn to green. The purpose of this training is to take you beyond that and get you started really, really fast. So one of the first things you should do is come into the system under My Account, My Information, and Edit Personal Information. This is pretty self-explanatory to contact information. There is an additional instructional video should you need more help, but it's pretty straightforward. The reason that you want to do this is because on the bottom of every page that you use in this marketing system, it's going to have your contact information. That's super important. Now, the other thing that I want to do, I'm going to go back to the getting started to show you how important it is that you actually go through these steps. If you are watching this tutorial, then it means you have the premium version or the upgraded version of the Free Lead System Forever. The Free Lead System Forever upgrade requires you to do one additional thing. You have to get your own domain. That was step 5. Why? Because it's a domain that's unique to you. It might be your name, it might be a company name, it might be a combination of both. Generally speaking, I would use something keyword rich and something that brands your domain to you. It's only $12.97 for the year, just like you were doing it at any domain registrar, a HostGator, a GoDaddy. This screen here operates just like those. So follow the steps. They're not difficult. You're going to say, okay, I want to see if johndoe.com is available. Chances are it's not. You just follow the steps. It'll come back and say yes or no. Now, if you have been in internet marketing for a while and you have other domains, guess what? I have a domain that I've been using for years. How do I bring it here? Click here. Again, self-explanatory. You're going to be transferring in a domain. Read what this is. Follow through, show instructions. Once you put in your domain, the instructions are going to tell you that you need to change the name servers from wherever your domain is hosted to the name servers they're going to give you inside your marketing system. If you don't know how to do that, if you're hosted with HostGator or GoDaddy or any of the other Bluehost, pick up the phone and call them because this is very straightforward information and most of them will just walk you through very quickly to get yourself set up. Now that is very important because without that you can't do anything. The next thing that you want to do that's super, super important. This marketing system is insanely powerful, but it is not a human brain. If you do not tell the marketing system what companies you promote, it can't guess. That's why step 2 is key. So what you want to do, if you're using the system and let's say you're working with someone that says, listen, I created some great sales funnels, I want you to use them, you must go back, I'm going to do that again, you must finish step 2. Everything is based off of this. If you read it, it's very simple. There's a list of companies on the right and it tells you to select the ones that you promote. I'm going to do this for gold crowdfunding so you can see exactly how it's done. You'll notice there's 2 company names. One is 1, one is 2. That's because many companies out there will have a product and an opportunity. Not a problem because the people setting up the shared sales funnels are sharing them with both. So if they're doing it correctly, you should not have a problem. And anyone working through me is doing it correctly. So I'm going to select 1, and then I'm going to click here to save. Now this is where the meat comes in, and this is how everything works in this system. you have to say, what is your business URL? What that means is, what is your replicated, whoops, I didn't mean to do that, sorry. What is your replicated company website? Because everything is done inside the system off of variables. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to put in my replicated site and I'm going to save it. And if you see up here, now it says associated company names to your corporate URLs. So now this is where the fun comes in. Okay, let's go back in like we just logged in. You are told, all right, you're in gold crowdfunding and there's some there are some sales funnels in there for you to use. So you're like, okay, well, where are they? So if you put your mouse on websites and click on manage websites and scroll down, you will see right under here, sales funnels created for you. Now I am in a demo account. This one and this one should not be here, but it doesn't matter because we're going to show you how to grab these two. If you're in gold crowdfunding, these are the two that you want. You shouldn't even see these. If you do, don't worry about it, but we'll have to get them out somehow. So anyway, what we do is we have our domain in. My domain is called exclusive MLM marketing. Now the system works off of subdomains. So I'm going to create a subdomain and show you how to do that. Websites, domains, subdomains, manage subdomains. Oh, I have a bunch in there already. Okay. I'm going to call this one Gold Crowd Funding. And I'm going to click the word create. Now over here it says, okay, you've just told the system that you have a subdomain or a room in a house, which is what I like to call it, called goldcrowdfunding.mydomain.com. You have three options. You can click here to use an existing web page from their library. You can click here to use a web page that you've already created, and you can click here to create your own. So we're going to click here to use an existing web page from their library because that's where the shared sales funnel is going to show up. So here we go, right here. You'll see step 1, choose which domain. Well, we just did. It's called goldcrowdfunding.mydomain.com, and just check and make sure that it didn't default to anything else. This is very important. In order for you to be able to see what's shared with you, you have to make sure that step 2 says become a prospect for whatever I want. If it defaults to this, change it. The only way you're going to see the sales funnels is if you say become a prospect for whatever I want. So now you're telling the system I want to set up this subdomain or domain, they're used interchangeably here. I want to attract them to become a prospect for whatever I want, and look at this. I'm going to use this one. That's it. That's all I have to do. Scroll up or down, whichever is closer, and save your choice. Look, I have a sales funnel set up already. Look at that. I didn't do it. Whoops. I hope that didn't come out here because it's very loud. I didn't do anything. But what I want to show you is what I mentioned before. This site belongs to demo. This will have your information. It's important. You want to make sure your information is on anything that you put out. Okay, let's go do another one. There's another shared sales funnel. So I'm going to, I'm going to call this one fundraising. And I'm going to create it. And I'm going to assign that subdomain to a page that's already here. Then we're going to scroll down and just make sure that, yes, that is step 1. Become a prospect for whatever I want. And I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to scroll up and save because it's closer. Now I have my second sales funnel. That's it. That's it. And again, scroll down here. This site belongs to, this is the important information. So you have just been taken into the marketing system and shown how you can quickly get set up with those few steps. And I highly recommend that you do come in here and go through these steps so that your red will turn to green and you can start making the most advantage to using the tools that you have because they're very, very powerful. So thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you around the web.